What's up, guys? Neil Orfield here, taking a look at the Stokastic NFL DFS lineup generator for Thursday Night Football between the Jets and the Browns, the Flacco Bowl. While you're coming in, please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already done so, and hit that notification button so you can get alerts when our shows go live. If you haven't already signed up for the lineup generator, $14.95 per week. You can find the link in the description of this video. That's going to include DraftKings, FanDuel, every main slate, every primetime showdown slate, all of that included in the lineup generator. And of course, every lineup you get in the lineup generator went through the Stokastic sims, thousands upon thousands of sims. And in those sims over the long haul, these were all profitable lineups. Any lineup that was not profitable in the Stokastic sims was thrown out. So you're only getting positive ROI, expected EV lineups here in the lineup generator. And I know on that note, I want to say once again, don't just use the first 20 lineups you get necessarily. You can pick and choose. You can go through, keep going through all the lineups, choose your favorite lineups because they're not ranked. It's not like the Sims tool where you get the top expected ROI lineup is the first one you get. These aren't ranked. They come out randomly. Every single lineup you get, is going to be a profitable lineup in the Stokastic sims, but they're not ranked. They just come out at random. So if you don't like the first lineup you see, discard it. You can go through and pick out the lineups that you want to use. And of course, run it within 60 minutes of lock because inactives come out 90 minutes before lock. That can change projections and things, especially on a night like tonight when we have Amari Cooper questionable currently. And that's going to change things quite a bit depending on Amari Cooper's status. In this video, I'm going to look at both DraftKings and FanDuel for tonight's slate. So I'm going to start with DraftKings Showdown. Then I'm going to look at some FanDuel single game lineups as well. Starting with DraftKings Showdown, I'm going to do all lineups. So when you do all lineups, you get a mix of chalky, balanced, and contrarian lineups. I'm also just going to use standard projections. You can choose different game scripts. That's what these 4 buttons are for. I'm just using standard projections. All right, first lineup is here, and you can see here, we currently have Amari Cooper in. So yeah, get the lineup generator for yourself in case Amari Cooper is ruled out later. Obviously, you're not going to want him in there. This is a really interesting lineup, though. Jets defense in the captain spot. We have Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, and Jerome Ford from the Browns, along with the Browns defense, and then Tyler Conklin in the flex as well for the Jets. So really interesting starting lineup here. I've got no issues with it, no correlation issues. We are leaving 7,200 on the table, so I don't think it's going to be duped a ton. We have both defense in there. This really could be a slugfest kind of game. Browns, maybe the best defense in the league, certainly one of the best defenses in the league. Jets, a pretty damn good defense too. We got 2 backup quarterbacks. Flacco's been looking incredible, but still, not the best quarterback for the Jets, and a tough spot here for Flacco. So don't hate lineups. They're going to be leaving salary on the table and not using quarterbacks. I think this is a totally viable large field GPP lineup. This one I don't like as much. It has a lot more star power, and it's only leaving 100 on the table. So that's what I don't like about it. Is I think this one is going to be duped a bit. Is my hesitation with it. Of course, it's going to be a good lineup. You're only getting long term in the Stokastic sims, profitable Stokastic sims lineups here. But still, leaving 100 on the table, I'm worried it's going to be too duped for a large field GPP. But we got Tyler Conklin, Breece Hall, we got Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, and then both Browns running backs. That's a little way to get a little bit unique, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough when you're using this close to the full salary cap. So I'm going to skip this one. All right, here's another one leaving 5,900 on the table. This one looks like it would be better if Amari Cooper is ruled out. This is one you could run even if Amari Cooper is out, because we've got Breece Hall in there. We've got the Jets defense and Garrett Wilson for the Jets. Then we have Cedric Tillman, who will look better if Amari Cooper is out. We've also got the Browns defense and Kareem Hunt. So this one, I don't think it's going to be duped much. We're leaving 5,900 on the table. Projects well enough. I think this is a totally viable large field GPP lineup. So there's 2 that I would use on DraftKings. This one leaving 5,100 on the table. Now we do have a quarterback final. We've got Elijah Moore in the captain spot, Browns defense, and Joe Flacco. So love that correlation. And then we also have Garrett Wilson, Tyler Conklin, and Jets defense in this one. Because we're leaving 5,100 on the table, you could certainly upgrade plenty of spots here if you wanted to in terms of projection, but you're probably going to run into more dupes if you do that. So I like this for a large field GPP, leaving significant salary on the table. You're still getting plenty of star power with Flacco, Moore, Garrett Wilson, and Tyler. I mean, this projects pretty well, but it's not going to be duped a ton because we are leaving a good amount of salary on the table. So there's a third one that I do like. Now I'm just going to go through and save. Once we get to the end, We'll see what our final exposures are, see who some of the best plays on the slate are. All right, a lot of defense here. Browns defense, 55%, Jets defense, 35%. Two of our top 6 exposures are defenses. Not a really huge surprise in this game with a low total. We've got Amari Cooper in there 47% of the time, Garrett Wilson, 47%, Breece Hall, 38%, Jerome Ford, Joe Flacco, David Njoku, all 35%, along with the Jets defense. Then we have a nice mix of players throughout these lineups. This really does, this whole exercise completely depends on Amari Cooper, because everything is going to change if Amari Cooper is ruled out. Some of the cheaper receivers on the Browns are suddenly going to look a lot better, and then that's going to change who else you can play. Then maybe I would guess it will push up the quarterbacks. It's going to push up Garrett Wilson. It's going to push up Breece Hall. Like the more expensive players who project better are going to be easier to fit in your lineups if we get Amari Cooper ruled out. So that would change everything, but this is what we're getting as of right now with Amari Cooper assumed to be in. All right, let's take a look at some FanDuel lineups as well. You can do FanDuel single game, all lineups, standard projections. Now, only 5 players on FanDuel and the $60,000 salary cap. So this is leaving $2,000 on the table. I like that right away. David Njoku, 8% owned in the MVP spot. Looks nice. We got the Browns defense and Jerome Ford for the Browns. Then we have Trevor Siemian to Garrett Wilson. So I like that. I like that correlation. We got Siemian with Garrett Wilson in there. Great correlation there. We don't have to worry about any correlation with Joe Flacco because he's not in the lineup. David Njoku, Browns defense. I think this looks like a great lineup. Leaves 2,000 on the table, so probably won't be duped a ton. Correlations look great. Projects well. Yeah, this is a perfect large field GPP lineup. Using the full salary cap, I'm going to skip past it. Those aren't the type of lineups I play. Again, every one of these lineups has been run through the Sims and has been profitable in the Sims, but still, I like to play lineups that are not going to be duped a ton, and this one I think will be duped a ton, so I'm going to skip past it. All right, now we have, this one's leaving 8,000 on the table. I still don't really love it because we have, we have Njoku, Browns defense, Elijah Moore, Kareem Hunt, and then Trevor Siemian without any pass catchers. That's my hesitation. You do need one player from both teams. Maybe Siemian runs a little bit and also spreads the ball around. It's definitely more viable to have a naked quarterback on FanDuel than DraftKings because it's only half PPR. It's still not my favorite thing to do. I'm debating whether I would use this one. It's not my favorite lineup. I would normally require a pass catcher when I have Trevor Siemian in there, but it might be a mistake. Maybe this is a totally fine large field GPP lineup. But we are leaving 8,000 on the table, so any one of these players could be upgraded to Joe Flacco, not Siemian, because you do need a player from each team. No, I think that it is a viable large field GPP lineup. Obviously, it wouldn't come up if it wasn't, but I'm gonna say no and just find some that I like better. But I think that it could work. All right, let's use full salary cap. I'm going to skip it. Here we are leaving 6,500 on the table. We have no quarterbacks in this one to worry about. We have Jerome Ford with Browns defense and Cedric Tillman. Then we have Breece Hall and the Jets defense. This is perfect. This is a great large field GPP lineup. No real correlations to worry about. And if you were worried about correlations, I mean, to the minor correlations, we do have running backs with their defenses. Typically, there's a little bit of positive correlation there. So this is a great like slugfest lineup with the running back and defense for each team. And then we also have Cedric Tillman in there for the Browns. Maybe he scores the lone touchdown for the team or something like that. So yeah, this looks like a totally great large field GPP lineup. So there's 2. This one's leaving 4,500 on the table. We got Elijah Moore in the MVP spot. We have Browns defense, and then we have Trevor Siemian with Breece Hall. I prefer that to naked Trevor Siemian. Breece Hall, capable pass catcher as well. So yeah, this looks like a great large field GPP lineup. No issues with it. So there are 3 that I like. Now I'm just going to go through and save. And at the end, we can look at we got one there that was below 50,000. That's interesting. That's the kind of slate we have here where it could just be complete slugfest. 2 great defenses, not the best offenses, although the Browns have come on recently. All right, 60% Browns defense, 47% Joe Flacco, 45% Trevor Siemian, 42% Wilson, Jets defense, 40% Jerome Ford, 38% Breece Hall, and then we drop down and we have several players, exposure to several players throughout these lineups to a lesser degree here. Hit that like button if you have not already done so. Thank you very much for watching. Get the lineup generator. You can find the link in the description of this video and run it within 60 minutes of lock, because we might have news. They're going to change which lineups look great later on. Thanks for watching. Good luck tonight.